Hey, if you're not doing at least 15 exercises per workout, per body part, with at least 24 different sets per exercise, you're just wasting your time at the gym. That's nonsense. Stop listening to it. The internet is pretty stupid. Even really smart people are suggesting some really stupid things out there because who has the time? So what if I told you you could get a fantastic stimulus to where you're going to check all your boxes in 5 workouts. Sorry, not 5 workouts, 5 exercises for the entire week. Yes, you can. And I'm going to show you how. Okay, so now you're watching YouTube, you're seeing people do all these weird optimized things, and it's actually pretty daunting trying to put together a program. So what I wanted to do is basically make the clean 5. This is the foundational 5 movements that if you do this, you will make progress. Are there trade-offs? Yes. If we're only doing 5 movements, are we leaving some specialization on the table? Absolutely. But I would rather have you do these core 5 and then over time be able to add in additional movements, because you are going to have little imbalances come up. There are going to be things that we're leaving out. This is a home run. This is a great place to start. Or if you've been training for a long time and you've kind of, your repertoire has just grown and grown and grown and grown from watching different YouTubes, use this as a palate cleanser. Start here, and then you can add in the important stuff, because this is that core. Like if we were making a recipe, this is the protein. Okay, this is the part that you need. Everything else, you can stuff around it. This right here, this is the meat. Okay, first movement here is going to be a high bar heel elevated squat. Whether you have bad knees or you're just not very familiar with squatting, this is kind of the, I'll call it the Occam's razor for squats, because there's other ways for us to train our glutes, our hinge patterns. So for this squat movement, I want you to learn how to send your knees forward, and that's why we elevate the heels. And so this is a fantastic foundational squat. If you want to get more into powerlifting down the line and you want to learn low bar squat, all those things, hey, guess what? Someone has I think it's like a 16-minute video on how to do low bars. There's also a high bar video. I'd pay attention to that one. Again, even if you're coming from having bad knees, learning how to send your knees forward is massive. And I know this sounds, it sounds like BS, right? It can change your life, okay? It's changed my life to where now I don't worry about going upstairs. I don't worry about going on a hike, because I've learned how to send my knees forward. And this movement is key for that. All right. And I know it's pumping this up, but man, getting those heels elevated to help with your ankle mobility, getting your quads, your glutes, your adductors, your core, everything in this one movement is incredible. Okay. So do not sleep on this heel elevated high bar squat. Okay. Next, we might as well finish off the lower body here and just go straight to a Romanian deadlift. So this is your hinge pattern. We are using this instead of a traditional deadlift because the high bar heel elevated squat is better for targeting your quads and getting that squat pattern than the leg drive part of a deadlift. And also it's safer. Doing a Romanian deadlift is safer than a traditional deadlift, because you're typically going to be using lighter weights, because you're going to basically keep your legs not straight. You're going to have soft knees, but you're effectively moving them as one unit. And so because you don't have that leg drive component, you're probably going to use lighter weight. Okay. And also people don't get hung up on how much they can Romanian deadlift versus, dude, what's your deadlift? Because every person with long arms on the internet now is doing deadlifts, and there's a reason for that. Like anytime I see a deadlift video, I'm like, okay, let me see a squat. So Romanian deadlift, it is going to train your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, your entire posterior chain. This is just an incredible movement, and make it a staple in your programs. All right, so now we've got the heel elevated high bar squat and RDL. We're pretty much done with our lower body for the most part. All right, might as well take care of our pressing on the upper body. And so that is going to be with an incline bench, okay? Incline bench, you don't need a crazy incline on this, okay? If you have an adjustable bench, put it up just a little bit. You don't need it all the way. If you're on a barbell bench and it's automatically set, okay, that's the height it's at. But if you have the ability to adjust it, keep it under 45. Like 35 is fantastic, because that is going to get your pec major, I always call them your pecs, and then it's also going to get your upper pec, which a lot of people are underdeveloped up here. And then you're also going to get a little bit of your anterior delt. So it's taking care of this entire complex up here in one movement. You don't need flat. You don't need an overhead press necessarily. Just stick with incline. And then it's also easier on your shoulders. And I know that, again, people say that you don't get hurt on flat bench. You do. I've never really had an issue on incline, and the people that I work with that do have shoulder issues, incline is just much easier. And it's also just because that range of motion is so long, you're gonna get some fantastic tricep work in there too. So incline really is like, if you're only picking one, real kind of pressing style movement that's gonna check all those boxes, it's incline bench. Okay, next is we need some kind of pull. And I think if I'm only able to pick one, I gotta go with bent over row. I love the pull down and then pull over combo. If you wanna see that one, go check out the 10 exercise video. And the reason for this is the functionality of when you are bent over and again, just in life and having to move boxes around, pick things up, you picking up a bag of cement at Home Depot or the kitty litter off the bottom shelf, and you gotta reach in there and pull that out. Being in that compromised position where you are bent over and having a load on your body, the bent over row, I think is undefeated for this. Again, we're only doing 5 movements. I would add in, kind of that pull over / pull down combo. However, I'm only picking one. And the way that I can make this count is sometimes do it with your arms up and out, and then sometimes do it with your elbows tucked in. That's gonna check a lot of boxes in your back, okay? Do not sleep on bent over rows. It is such a functional movement. It's really a system, okay? It's really a system. It's not just an exercise because of all the benefits that you're getting beyond just back development. We call it a back exercise. It's really not. It's really a system. Okay, and last here, I gotta pick suitcase carry. Picking up a dumbbell with one hand and then basically deadlifting it up and then walking and executing a carry. This is checking the box for a anti-rotational movement for your core, and then it is also giving you the benefits of the carry. You're getting that individual leg movement by you walking forward, so you're working out imbalances. This also, for you people that love traditional deadlift, this is a kind of an amped up version of it. So the suitcase carry, to me, it just checks so many boxes. And again, this entire video is about efficiency and checking as many boxes as we can with as few movements as possible while still having as minimal trade-offs. Should you end up doing tricep work? Should you be doing curl? Should you be doing all those things? Yes, you should. But what if you don't have time, okay? And we are trying to get as much done as possible, as few movements as possible, while leaving as little on the table as possible. That's what this video is about. Should you add in more things? Yes. But if you do this for a month, because let's say that you're just gonna be really busy, or it's the summer and you wanna be out with your kids, or you're home visiting family, whatever it might be, or you're at a hotel, taking the kids to Disney or something like that, and you need to be able to check the box, this checks a hell of a lot of boxes, okay? It's not perfect, it's 5 movements, but man, the amount of work that you can get done with this, it definitely is more than a minimally effective dose. So we have our full bio-optimization offer going now through Strength After 30. It is incredible. We are doing lab work that ties into programming, that ties into your nutrition, that ties into us actually monitoring your recovery. It's an incredible program. And then we also have the 168, which there's 160 hours in a week. We can't make more of them, but we can make them better. So that program is starting at $27. Click the links in the description and hope to see you soon.